My entire Piranha team and everybody, because none of the crew, the video crew, and the camera people and everyone else, because none of this stuff would happen without them. You know, me and Gene and Tim are on stage most of the time. The reality is all the backstage stuff, there's a lot of planning that goes on to this, and a lot of you are all, you know, obviously communicated with individually and in groups and all that, so thank you. Okay.
Do you want to bring up
yes. Okay, Greg Ryder says he has a 5-minute talk that will give everybody a best practice, elegant idea strategy that he thinks is worth a lot of money to everybody. So, let's put you on the clock for 5 minutes, or you need more time? Okay, give him 5 minutes, and if he gets done beforehand, then there we go. So give it up for Greg Ryder.
Thank you.
It should be.
There we go. Okay, cool. So the idea that you got an idea that you can do, and I'm one of these copycat marketers that's been, you know, a mentee of this guy forever, and Chet Holmes and all these different guys. I think that I invented this. Okay, so if somebody's heard this before, I would be amazed, because this is one of those things that I actually invented. So I wanted to take some of these ideas of doubling your sales and tripling your sales in 1 year, and you want to get to certain people, and you want to get the gatekeepers. And I happen to have been fortunate to done deals with DreamWorks, multi-billion-dollar company, the Miss America organization, McGruff, the Crime Dog, Sony, New Line Cinema, and I'm in this world of where I want to build a multi-billion-dollar company, so I want to get the big deals, right? So to get to these gatekeepers is really hard. Like with DreamWorks, it took me 5 months of snail mailing, emailing, and calling to get a meeting. And then it took me 20 minutes to sell them, and it took me 1.5 years to close the deal. So I said, okay, how can I get to people? So here's a tactic that I tell you, if you guys want to use this tactic, and you have a high-ticket item, you can get to any gatekeeper for anywhere, maybe even the President of the United States. So what you do is you make a DVD. You make a video pitch of what you're going to do. You take this DVD, and you put it in a battery-powered DVD player. Then you take the battery-powered DVD player, and you put it in a frying pan. Then you put the frying pan that has the battery-powered DVD player in a Federal Express box. Now with me, I put a sticky note on there that said, if you want to help protect and educate children, push play. P.S. Please give this battery-powered DVD player to a child in need once you've done watching my video. So I made the assumption they're going to push play. Now if you can imagine, you're the gatekeeper for whoever, Joe Polish, and Eunice gets this Federal Express package, and she opens it up, and there's a DVD player in a frying pan. What's the first thought that comes to your mind? Right? So it's a little expensive little gift, but I promise you, no one can resist opening that DVD player from hit to toe. Then at that point, you better have a good pitch, right? You better have your story down. You better have your snap, and your powerful, precise, clear, whatever it is you want to do. You better have that down. And they push play. And then when they push play, inevitably, your call to action is to call. Call me, right? And I remember one time, I sent one of these to Mark Victor Hansen, and on the video, I said to Mark Victor Hansen, I wanted to put up $1 million. And his assistant called me, she says, what were you thinking? I'm like, what do you mean, what was I thinking? She goes, do you know Mark Victor Hansen? I said, well, did you watch the video? She goes, yes. I said, I told you right in the video, I didn't even know Mark. And she goes, but you asked for $1 million, you didn't know this guy. She goes, what were you thinking? I said, well, I was thinking that somebody was going to get that Federal Express box, open that up, get that DVD player, push play, and call me. And that's exactly what happened, isn't it? And so it worked. It just works. The bottom line is it just works. So, now how many people want to understand the frying pan? Yeah. Because inevitably, every single person says, so what's with the frying pan, writer? Okay, so the story goes like this. So, I'm from Colorado, and we would go fishing at this little stream between Glenwood and Aspen, the Roaring Fork, if anyone knows that. And we're going up there with my son, and there's a guy fishing down here, so I said, let's go up here, let's avoid him. So we go a little bit upstream from this old man fishing down here. And right when we're walking up, we see he catches a fish. And he holds it up. There's a big fish. And we see him take the fish and let it go. No, he has catch and release. And I start talking to my son about what catch and release is. And so then we're getting ready to throw in. And then we see him catch another fish. And he holds it up, and it's just a little fish. And we see him keep it, put it in his bag, his little fishing bag. And we looked at it. And this went on for like 1.5 hours, 2 hours. He's letting the big fish go. He's keeping the small fish. And I said, I can't take any more. Come on, son, we got to go talk to this guy. So we go up the stream, and we get that guy, we go, excuse me, sir, we don't mean to bother you, but we've been watching you. We've noticed you catch these big, huge fish, and you let them go, and you keep the little fish, and you keep them. What's the story? What's the deal? He said, well, we got a 9-inch frying pan. So I would tell that story when they call and ask about the frying pan story, and I say, look, my frying pan is allowing me to get to this many kids, but with your help, I can get to this many kids. So please, do something with me. So that's kind of the frying pan story. So I hope you guys enjoy that. I hope it's worth $10,000 and $1,000 a minute to you.
Awesome. That's what you get. What sort of DVD player do you use? How much you spend on it?
I bought it for $80 at Walmart.
Okay.
Yeah, just cheap, $80 at Walmart, and then randomly I'd say, hey, please give that to a kid. Some maybe kids needs it.
That's great. You've heard, have you
Have
heard
you ever heard it before?
No, not that. I have
I
sent.
need some validation from your marketing guru.
No, not in a frying pan. I mean, we've sent definitely DVD players. We've sent iPads. We've sent iPods. You know, the shoe idea, which actually came up years ago from Brad and Alan Anton. They, you know, and this has been sent hundreds of times, where you literally get to the gatekeeper and you know, find out like it's a birthday or some occasion, and if not, you just make something up. Just want to send someone a pair of shoes. If you can tie it into a birthday and anniversary, you know, annual, you know, founding of a company. I mean, whatever you come up with, holiday, whatever. You get a pair. You call up the gatekeeper and say, yeah, you know, Mr. and Mrs. Bigwig, I want to send them a gift. I'm going to send them you know, a pair of shoes, and I need to know their shoe size. Can you help me out? So you get the gatekeeper on your side, so you build your rapport. And then what you do is you go and buy like, you know, an $80, $100 pair of Reeboks or something. You didn't spend that much, but I'd actually get a nice pair of shoes. And what you do is you send one shoe, FedEx, uniform carrier, whatever, so they actually have to sign for it, not when they just drop it off, so it actually gets through to the gatekeeper if at all possible, and basically you have a note that says, dear Mr. and Mrs. Bigwig, and I would teach this to cleaners, and everyone that's ever done this gets a call, and everyone agrees this is a great idea, but like most people never do it. They hear it, and they're like, oh, that sounds good, and then they forget about it, right? And so I'm saying that's reverse psychology in a lot of ways. Oh, okay. So basically, you know, include a note that says, you know, dear Mr. and Mrs. Bigwig, I've, you know, something to share with you that's going to, you know, save you money in your facility, make it look better. You know, if it was like a cleaning thing, but it could be anything. And I needed a way to get my foot in the door, so I wanted to send you a shoe. So, you know, please call me or call my assistant and let me know what time works best for you. When we meet, I'll bring the other shoe. And so you just send them one shoe, and it's a way to get, you say, I need a way to get my foot in the door. Right? So that's the whole thing, and that works really well. And if you know, spend $1,000 and you're going after a big deal, I mean, you know, what are you going to spend? You know, 5 people are going to call you.
Well, I started that because I was doing a $25,000 ticket.
Yeah.
If I got to send out 20 of these at $100 a piece and spend $2,000 and close one deal.
Right. Exactly. Thank you. That was awesome.
So what did Mark Victor Hansen say?
I just got a divorce and I can't spend $1 million. That's the honest
Exactly.